Hey everybody, welcome to The Leading Brand, is where I, James Belknap of Stadium Junkies Media, will present to you the pros and cons of WWE Raw, July 24th, 2017. Alright, let's start with the promo. Now, we got Kurt Angle coming out, trying to make a full announcement about exactly who's going to be headlining SummerSlam with the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar himself. But slowly but surely, one by one, interrupted from Braun Strowman to Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns finally coming out. Then, after everyone decides to whip it out and decide to show it off, who else better than to make the decision than the general manager, Kurt Angle, deciding Samoa Joe will be in the match. Also, Roman Reigns will be in the match. And then right behind him, Braun Strowman. A fatal four-way SummerSlam for the Universal Title Championship. Yes, I said title and championship. Understandable. But then all of a sudden a brawl comes out. And not only that, taking away Braun Strowman first, thanks to Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe taking out Roman. Braun completely taking out Roman. And of course, Samoa being completely out in general until Roman was out. Then, when Roman's out, Coquina clutch on Braun Strowman. We had referees to be honest, one of the spots of the night, one of the security guards being thrown over the top rope. Not really grabbing the top rope to kind of tumble down. He just went, hit it. Just like the Singh brothers, bravo for taking the bumps. And then the whole locker crew comes out. Eventually, it just stops. Whatever, Kurt Angle doesn't want to deal with it anymore. He wants to worry about his son. And then we have Finn Balor and Elias Samson in a no disqualification match. At first, I was really not into this match at first because, let's start with this. Musical gimmicks really don't work since the 80s. I mean, unless you're bringing back Shawn Michaels, let's not talk about that anymore. And to be honest, there was just a lot of problems with continuity. Why was the ref not counting them out? It was a no DQ match. It wasn't a no countouts, no. Actually, let's see now. I remember they said scheduled for one fall, and it was a no disqualification. Yeah, so that means countouts are allowed. Disqualifications doesn't matter. So if there was a championship involved, I mean, there's only the advantage, but that's about it. Other than that, we have that. It's a no DQ, so but countouts still got to give that. By the way, you're going to give me 3 TV segments and a slow match progression, which to be honest, I don't think it's Finn, but I don't know if it's the fact of he doesn't work well with Elias Samson, but they didn't progress the match to show us, hey, here's a one step, here's another, you build up the match, you make it more popular, you make it feel like false ending after false ending's coming, and then whatever that ending is going to be. But you give me 3 television segments just for Bray Wyatt to come out of nowhere. I mean, if it was Undertaker's one thing, we can deal with Undertaker because he's the greatest of all time, the GOAT. But Bray Wyatt, the Sister Abigail, sits in the corner, does this whole crab walk thing, say follow at the end, Elias Samson for the win. I'm not really satisfied with the whole situation. And unless you're going to have Finn Balor come out and do the whole Demon King thing in a pay-per-view, especially at SummerSlam. But the problem is, you notice Bray Wyatt typically gets a 1 or 2 and done kind of situation when it comes to booking. You give him 1 match, you give him 2 matches, and you don't really give a build-up. You don't really give anything, whether it's against Seth Rollins, whether it's against Finn Balor. You don't give them anything to show me that I should be interested. Heck, the Elias Samson match, I was kind of interested because it was actually good technical wrestling. It's just slow build-up, that's all. So I was kind of interested, especially when you smash someone in the head with a guitar and you cut them open right there. I can be a little interested. What I'm not interested in is when they don't book Bray Wyatt properly. That's the big problem. By the way, did anybody really look up to Emma? I mean, we barely knew Emma back in the times of NXT. But to be honest, the only reason why I know about Emma is because that bump in music. Other than that, I really don't know her persona. Maybe the Emelita thing some people will remember, but really that's kind of, I really can't give that any clues to. But Emma's short little promo, to be honest, is really good for the storytelling. It's just, I need more emotion to it. She doesn't really show me anything that shows hardcore yes, hardcore no. It's just, I just want attention, guys. I understand. It's really hard to get attention when you're one of the lower mid-card, even low, just jobber levels. But give them a chance. Give them a little bit of a chance to be able to frolic into the scene. But when we have three TV spots, 3 TV segments for a match that was going to end with Bray Wyatt coming in, we could have given a little bit to Emma. 3 minutes. That's all we need. Give me a little more spot. Give me a little more background. Give me something. But I just can't take with the Elias Sampson and Finn Balor thing anymore. Then next up, we have the Enzo and Big Cass drama once again. Colin Cassidy's entrance, to be honest, is very, very generic, and they need to find something personality-wise. I really just can't suck in the fact of he's going to be different than, well, actually, he is quite different versus the Great Khali, but the difference is, Foreigner, JC, I can relate better to one, but to be honest, you're just trying to promote a 7-foot tall guy once again. I'm not really looking forward to what's going to be going on SmackDown with the Great Khali, unless he's going to be like the big bodyguard for Jinder Mahal. I might be more interested in that. But to be honest, I love the fact of promotion, 2-3 minutes with Enzo. Colin comes in, ring the bell, go. Another squash match for Enzo, Cassidy winning. Big Show shows up, trying to show his allegiance to Enzo Amore, try to show that he is willing to be a good guy, because he's probably done about 20 heel turns at this point and 15 face turns, because we gotta miss the fact that he may have heel turned twice somewhere. And so the Big Show gets beaten down, try to show that Big Cass is a little bigger than what we expected to, even though it's a Big Show. I'm 7 foot tall, and you got a guy who's been bigger and been there for 19, 20 plus years. 23 maybe, I can't remember anymore. But 50-50 booking at its finest. But hey, what do you know? The Emma thing actually pays off. We've got Nia Jax to come out, and guess what? Squash match, just like you expect to be. But we did get one fabulous thing out of that. Nia Jax finisher on Emma. She does this flip. Now, you're thinking, okay, flip. Everyone does like a little flip. But she bounces off the ropes, does a front flip, no momentum with her arms or hands. Keep them to the side. Flings one leg up, gets both legs together mid-air, then does a senton. Oh, loving it. Just, oh, yes. That's what I want to see. If you want to put a bigger person, say like a Kevin Owens, you want to see those high intensity moves. To be honest, versus all the high intensity moves, it was more strong moves for Nia. But this is a high intensity strong move for once from Nia, and I'll take it. Give me someone like Mark Henry back in the OVW days where he's able to go to the top rope and give me a flip. Back when he was just under 400 pounds at one point in OVW. Yeah, I'll take the big people doing flips. I like it when Kevin Owens does those big moves. I like it when Nia Jax does a little flip like that. Now, I can't wait for the day she goes to the top rope. The day she goes to the top rope and actually does something off that. Heart pounding, I love her. Shut up and take my money. I don't care anymore. Cruiserweight action. Akira Tozawa. I like how he's playing the underdog role. Injury roll, let's admit, injury roll works really well when it comes to match time. What I don't really like is when injury rolls prolong to elongated storylines, especially when you have the whole storyline with Titus O'Neil. Where have you fallen? You're a fallen angel to me. Please, come back and wrestle. Don't kiss your son anymore. Actually, I applaud you for all that stuff. I applaud for the fact of what you've done. But I really like how he plays the underdog role. I don't like the injury roles. I do like how Neville comes in. He gets his butt kicked, but hey, it was kind of a surprise from two different competitors. And at the end, we have both Neville and Akira Tozawa down. So it gives you an idea of what we want to see at SummerSlam. The question is this finally the time that Neville's going to lose it? I don't want Neville to lose it. To be honest, I want Enzo Amore to come to the Cruiserweight division and decide, hey, this is my time to shine. Even though he's a main eventer. To be honest, I think 205 needs to die. 205 needs to split their roster into SmackDown and Raw. Give them at least 2 matches. Less promo time. There you go. Jason Jordan needs to work in his promo work. Unless he's supposed to play kind of like this shy, intimidated by the spotlight guy. You were part of the American Alphas. You were a champion. Act like it. Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Proof that babyface versus babyface does work. Now, can it work in certain situations where it's going to be a elongated feud? Let's try this again. Jason Jordan, unless he's going to be playing the role of like a shy, timid guy in the spotlight. Okay, it works. But he needs some promo work. Because guess what? You were part of American Alpha. You were a champion. Act like it. Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Proof that the babyface versus babyface can work. All you had to do is add a little bit of sin. Let's put a little pride in there. Let's put a little, greed. And what do you get? Babyface versus babyface action. And to be honest, it surprised me how the victory went without a real finisher. It was more of signature moves. But the thing that kind of got me off was Sasha Banks hit the frog splash. And then immediately, Bayley kicks out. Bayley goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. I want a little transitional move there. I want, say, Bayley throws her off, hits Sasha in the head by accident, gets her for the pin. Sasha's holding her head. I'll be fine with that. But to be honest, kicking out, that made it really look weak, especially if you're trying to hype up Sasha and try to show, hey, it's Eddie Guerrero's move. She loves Eddie Guerrero. That's fine. But to make Bayley kick out and then immediately go for the pin, if Bayley was holding the rope, I'll be fine. If Bayley was cheating somehow and all of a sudden you go, whoa, that's amazing, I'll be fine. But a kick out and a roll up, I can't buy into that. I can't buy into another Bayley versus restart. I can't buy into the idea of Bayley going against Alexa Bliss one more time unless she turns heel, gets madder, becomes hardcore-ish. Show me something. Show me something to be cheerful about. You're a babyface. Give me something. But you're too purely babyface for me to do anything. You're a technical wrestler. I need some feelings for it. I can't do anything with it. Honestly, something that surprised me, with the Jason Jordan and Kurt Hawkins match, Hawkins is pretty good on the mic, so he can cut a promo. It's just, I can't believe in the promos if you don't win. Short match progression, but it progressed very fluidly. Good finisher by Jason Jordan. Obviously, it's supposed to show him off. Kurt Hawkins bumped him up a little bit. To be honest, I wanted Hawkins to be off the gates, just beating down Jason Jordan, showing I don't care who Jason Jordan is. I don't care about this. What I care about is me. If he shows me off the bat and then Jason Jordan doesn't come back, I can believe in the babyface angle even more that way. Revival versus Club. To be honest, I really like the promos in this one. But the question is this nerd promo thing supposed to be babyface? It feels like it's supposed to be part bullying, but everyone loves it, versus Revival, who truly are a heel team. They do heel tactics from the 80s and 90s, from all the different kinds of independents that I want to see come up. No flips, just fists. Proof once again, heel versus heel always work for me. And never always have to be babyface versus heel. Heel versus heel works just as well. I like the progression. I like the dual team stuff. I want to see more cheating from the Revival. At least one spot or another. I mean, they show me little tricks here and there of, oh, you know, I'm going to bump the guy on the corner, and then my guy's going to come back, but he doesn't attack the guy who's legal. And it's like, I need more stuff that makes me hate him. I want to hate him in a good way. I love heels, but I want to hate the heels. If you don't give me a reason to hate, why should I cheer on them when they're facing off against a babyface like the Hardy Boys? Of course, the Hardy Boys make an appearance. We see how it goes. I'm not really a fan of it, but hey, it's what happens when, you know, you got two teams that want to take on one babyface, but then you have little spots here and there where all of a sudden you got another heel tag team looking and seeing their opponents, which proves to me there's plenty of tag teams out there for the Raw division. They just need to build up these storylines even better. Now on to the handicap match. Now this one, to be honest, was very nicely, methodically made. It's slow, progressive, what you need. You need to build up the idea of who you're supposed to cheer for, who you're supposed to be against. Slowly building up what happens in the match. Slowly show me this is the heel, this is the face. Tell me the storyline, not by expressions, not by promos, but by how you act in the ring. The running away element from The Miz is great to show who's the leader, but what kind of leader he is. The yes chants on the kicks kind of throw things off. Yes, but at least the commentary try to bring it back with calling the it kicks. I'm fine with that. Miz, because of how great of a heel he is, most people want to cheer for that because he's that good. Granted, it's the men usually talking. The women and the children are most likely going to be cheering for the baby faces, i.e. Roman Reigns. Whatever, I'm fine with that. But in this scenario, we actually had a half of the, well, 2/3 technically, of the Shield reunion tag team in a 2-on-3 handicap, which is fine. If it wasn't for Miz Taraj losing, to be honest, I would really like Miz Taraj losing in this one if it was more of a disqualification. But because it was a main event match, you want to end with a good baby face, unless you're going to get a good dark match afterwards. Bo Dallas clotheslining himself with the actual bottom rope, that took him out pretty good. Well, good progression, to be honest, great ending, the last 2 minutes. Just pipe it up. Again, these are truly main event professionals that you want to see work. Especially in the first promo was the main Universal Championship, WWE Championship kind of wrestlers. You get these second tier titles showing me that they belong in that spotlight too. So everything was great in that aspect. So do I really think that this time Raw was fantastic? To be honest, it was average. Very average. It has its spots here and there. It shows me a lot of areas that could be booked better. But they come out with surprises all the time. It's all about the spots. The storylines come with it. They need to do better on setting up the promos, because if they give me a better promo, a better storyline to follow, I'll be interested. I was almost interested in the Samson versus Finn Balor match, just simply because of hitting him with a guitar. And then you give me someone who can, to be honest, a little better promos. And don't give me 3 TV segments for someone to interrupt. I'm fine with 2. But 3, I better see a fantastic finish or multiple false finishes and a comeback somewhere. But sad to say, that's how it falls. It's average. I can't really give it anything average, above average. It's C+. C+ for sure. Now that's the leading brands for the Raw segment. Hopefully Jeffrey will be telling me a lot more downs in the SmackDown segment tomorrow, because that'll be in my favor of the leading brand. I'm James Belknap for Stadium Junkies Media, and you can like, share, subscribe. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know everything's going on, and we'll see you next time.